What is up, Nemesis? We are back with our second match of the night between Aurora and Ignite. I am joined in the booth this time by Psychonautic. How are you doing tonight, Psycho?
I'm doing great, man. I'm happy to be here. Day 3 of play-ins. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. It's the first time we've been in the booth together in a long time, so this should be fun. This should be fun.
Yeah, I fully agree. We got a great matchup here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. In the Novice League, we've got Aurora going up against Ignite, and this is for the whole kit and caboodle. The loser of this match is going home. Their season ends. The winner of this match is securing their spot against your team, Sage, the Wisps,
Oof.
in playoffs.
Oh wow, put me on the spot like that. Yeah, both of these teams, fantastic rosters. Unfortunately, we will not be seeing the Ignite captain tonight. Aiko, she popped off, absolutely popped off last Wednesday, hitting multiple shots to win Ignite the game. But Ignite, they're gonna have to do it without her tonight. As for Aurora, there's not really too many people on the stat sheets for either of these teams, but one person that does stand out for me is Mr. Marino. He has 33 wins, which is 12th in all of Novice. He's also 12th in shots with 143. He's 11th in saves with 68. He's just an all-around player. He's 7th in assists with 42. He's just an all-around great player. Oh,
Oh
okay.
well, yeah. I fully agree with that. And on the other side of things, Aurora is actually pretty deadly themselves. Mr. Marino been with the Nemesis for a little while, well known in the Novice League. Drizzard making his return appearance after being away from Nemesis for a little while, and Rooney, the infamous clip hitter of the
Oof.
Novice League and returning champion, for actually playing against the team that he won the championship
Oh,
with.
I didn't even notice that. That is a good observation. He did win it, going all the way through plans, right? All the way through plans. They've pretty
Yeah.
much swept through in the playoffs and ended up taking it in, was it game seven?
Oh man, I don't
I believe
remember
it
if
was a game seven.
might have been, but I know that Rooney specifically played super well through that entire playoff run.
Mr. Flippery Set double tap.
Yes.
I think that was the first thing I heard about him when I ended up coming back from my non-playing trip. But as for Ignite, I mean they have some ballers as well. Tripwire, he's 13th in goals with 47. Uh, at demos, C Wink, he's fourth with 75. I mean, both teams just have playmakers. It should be a fantastic matchup. And I've got to ask you, Psycho, do you have any prediction for this game?
To be honest with you, I think that it could go either way at this point, but I'm not going to underestimate the Rooney buff in playoffs play-ins in the postseason. So I got to go with Aurora here. I think Aurora's going to be able to take it in four.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna actually flip it on you. I think Ignite will be able to get it done without their main guy, their captain, Aiko. I think they'll be able to pull it off in 5 and send Aurora packing.
All right, that's a pretty good prediction. It looks like everybody's back and ready to go here, Sage. We're going to kick off game one.
Wow, as we're getting straight into game one, game's taking a little while to get started here. It's just looking like Sea Wink and that Mr. Marino? That's Rooney on kickoff. Starting off with Rooney and Sea Wink on kickoff here. A nice kickoff completely goes Aurora's way. That might just be right in. It's going to bounce off the crossbar. A nice touch there by Tripwire. Pass up to Sea Wink. Drizzard with a nice cutoff there. Rooney. He giving him space there. He's up in the air. Tries to get a shot. It's off backboard. And Drizzard is right there to put it in the top corner for Aurora.
Yeah, quite a good play to start things off there from Rooney as he gets the follow, puts it off the backboard, and Drizzard is right where he needs to be a second man to sink that through the defense, and Aurora takes the early lead.
That is how Aurora needs to play for this and during this series to pull off the win. A nice passing play there to start it off. It's Drizzard there once again in the midfield with a nice cutoff. Sea Wink toss it into this Aurora corner with a nice 50 coming down. Drizzard right in the right place once again to make that save. A whiff comes out from him. A rare whiff coming out from Drizzard there. You don't see that every day. As Sea Wink gonna try to get it past Rooney. Rooney's there though. Rooney gonna get 2 touches there. A nice 50. Leaves it for his teammate Drizzard to come get a pass. A couple whiffs, a double commit coming out from Ignite early. I'm seeing a bit of stream nerves right now, Psycho.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's what it is, because they're certainly not able to haven't been able to do much in this first minute of this game. I don't even think they've registered a single shot on net. So I mean, if they want to keep up with the way Aurora is playing, they're gonna have to try something new. Is Rooney is gonna find a solo play to extend Aurora's lead by 2.
I mean, this is what he does. You give him too much space, and he is absolutely going to punish you. You cannot let him get multiple touches in one go. That is what he did, and he punished this Ignite roster for letting him have too much space. As we restart with this kickoff, Tripwire finally going to get some offensive pressure going here. Is Ignite have failed to put a shot on target yet compared to Aurora's 3. As I say that, the first shot on target is a goal coming out from its day.
Yeah, really nice accuracy there from Day. Able to find the pass from Seawink. Seawink actually taking that backwards a little bit and finding a great pass to his teammate in the midfield. And Ignite all of a sudden back in this thing.
Absolutely. Like I said last stream, if any team can come back from a large deficit, it is this Ignite team with or without their captain. As I say that, Day tries to get it past Drizzard. Drizzard's there. Drizzard's gonna get another touch. Day gonna get a clear off his own backboard. Mr. Marino up here. Gonna get a pass down to Rooney. Rooney double commit coming out from Ignite here. Tripwire able to recover in time to get a pass over to Day. Day gonna try to get something started in this Aurora backline. Mr. Marino came flying from his own net. Seawing gonna try to get a shot. What a save there coming out from Rooney. His just trying to start off a quick counter attack. Doesn't have too much boost to work with though. Is Marino gonna get beat out by Tripwire here. Rooney forced to make a save. As I must say, other than that one shot coming out from Ignite, they actually racked on 2 more. But Ignite, they really haven't had any sustained pressure like how this Aurora team's kind of just been playing in this Ignite half so far.
Yeah, they certainly haven't been able to sustain much, but they have been getting a little bit more pressure, which is good for them as we still got half of this game left to play. So they still got plenty of time. They don't need to start panicking just yet.
Wow.
Actually, just kidding. They need to start panicking.
Maybe they do need to start panicking as a pinch play comes out from this Aurora team. And they go up by 2 once again. A pinch coming out from Rooney and Mr. Marino to put them up by 2 in game 1.
That was a beautiful pinch right there. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but if it was, hey, hats off because that was picture perfect.
Absolutely, that was picture perfect. As Rooney getting a little bit of space there, going for the double tap. Unfortunately, he's not able to get it, but what a shot! What a save! Coming out by Tripwire there off the Mr. Marino shot. An absolute beauty of a shot and an even better save as a team bump kind of comes out during that double commit. Mr. Marino has to make a touch down to Drizzard. Passing play up to Rooney. Rooney's going to take a shot, and this Aurora team is absolutely rolling.
Yeah, they really are starting to flex their offensive superiority here. Rooney moving upfield, knowing that his teammate's gonna find him and hit him, and they did just that. His teammate found a perfect pass up to him, and what a redirect angle to put right behind the defender saves. That was a beautiful display of team chemistry.
This is what Rooney does. Rooney. He's a playmaker, top guy on this team, and he's showing out right now for Aurora. As Day here beat out by Drizzard. Seawing
Oh,
tries to get a touch, and own goal maybe
oh,
coming out. Tripwire forced to make a save off of his own teammate's shot there. A bit of a weird defensive strategy maybe here from Ignite. His Tripwire with a nice save there. It's gonna fall right back to Rooney. Rooney here. Possible gets another tap, and Rooney is absolutely feasting right now.
agreed. Rooney is in demon mode. Man picks up his fourth goal of the night. He's got one assist and save. He's got 6 shots. He's over 50% shooting accuracy at this point. And honestly, he's not showing any signs of slowing down yet, Sage.
He is going absolutely crazy right now, as he is definitely the leading man on this team right now. As he goes for another solo play, he is absolutely feeling it. He's gonna carry it over the whole team for his fifth goal of the game.
That is crazy. This man is popping off. There's still 60 full seconds left, and Aurora is up by 5 points. I don't know what Ignite needs to do, but they need to make some changes quick because I mean they can't go into game two like at a 9 point deficit. You know what I'm saying?
Thing is, I honestly think they could go in with a 9 point deficit and somehow still win game two. They did it Wednesday where they got Brazil, I'm sure, game one, maybe 8-1 even, and they came back and won the next 3 games in a row convincingly. But Seawink here trying to get a touch past Rooney. As Rooney is absolutely everywhere. He is feeling it tonight as the ball is going to fall off the backboard. Tripwire and Mr. Marino whiffing there. Day getting a touch past one. Day gonna try to get two. Day with a shot maybe, and it's gonna roll into the net. Some much needed pressure relieved off of this Ignite team.
Yeah, it feels good to get at least a little bit of momentum whenever you're coming off of a loss this heavy, moving into game number two. This game's already a wash for Ignite, so they really just need to set their sights on game number two, use the momentum that they just picked up, finish out this game strong.
Absolutely, they definitely did need that consolation goal there, as they could get another here, as they actually have a bit of pressure. Quickly relieved by Mr. Marino there as he tries to get another shot. Drizzard gonna pop it up. Rooney going for his sixth. Rooney
Oh,
tries to get that double tap as it's gonna touch the floor. Aurora convincingly takes game one.
yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't expect much else. Once you told me that Ignite was missing their captain, I knew that they were going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage, or at least I feel like they were. I know you said that they play really, really well with or without their captain. And in the first half of that game, they really did play well, but then Aurora just kind of started to run away with it, or I should say, Rooney started to run away with it. He just took control, and that was all she wrote. I'm interested, Sage, to see how Ignite moves forward from this.
Absolutely. I'm always intrigued with how they handle this. It could be in part with their captain, Aiko, who, leads the boat and, gets them to calm down. Maybe we might not be able to see that version of Ignite tonight, but hopefully we do. Hopefully they're able to make this comeback and hopefully take take a couple more games off this series. I did predict them in game five. I'm hoping for a nice long series here.
Yeah, that's definitely always nice. You love to get the game fives. We got last game was a sweep, so we got a little bit of space. We could take a game five, and I love the content.
Content is indeed content. Novice content is actually the best content, in my opinion. No bias whatsoever. Um,
Historically, Sage, you're not wrong because if you look at the Twitch viewers, for some reason it's always higher in novice.
hey, we're the most active league in Nemesis. I'm telling you. It's C-Wink. Gets 50 there by Mr. Marino. Rooney with a little bit of space once again, trying to showcase his mechanics. He gets 2 touches, tries to get another. Mr. Marino gets a nice touch there on the other team's backboard. Is Marino still with the ball here? Gets some boost as well. Drizzard here, gonna take a shot, putting it top right corner. Drizzard being an absolute archer right now.
Ignite really needs to be careful here. Day missing his clear out of the corner, which sets Aurora up for the early lead, which is not what Ignite wants or needs right now.
At all. This Ignite team, I think they're honestly just playing it too slow for the pace that Aurora's playing at right now, and I think it is in part to the fact that they're missing their captain. Is a bad touch comes out there from C-Wink. I thought it was just in. It's a Drizzard once again right there to put it away.
And Aurora's going to do it time and time again. If you give them space, if you're not strong and making your defensive touches, then this Aurora roster is going to put that ball in. They're accurate enough to be deadly. So Ignite, they have to start getting the ball out of their half. They have to start making their defensive touches.
Absolutely. They just need to focus on, getting those basic touches right now, because right now they're just not doing that, and it's coming back to bite them. As I say that, Tripwire with a nice little bounce shot to grab one back in game two.
And a great offensive pressure from him going up the wall there, and then noticing that the defense wasn't going to take it up the wall. He immediately turned on it, just applied immense amount of pressure, and the defense wasn't ready for him. That is what Ignite needs to keep doing. If they apply that kind of pressure on Aurora, it looks like Aurora is going to buckle.
Absolutely. Aurora will buckle under enough pressure. Any team will. Is C-Wink on his backboard here. Gonna get it past 2 here. Maybe getting another one. He does indeed get another touch there. As Drizzard's a bit awkward, able to get another 50. A nice save. C-Wink gonna get the angle. What a shot from C-Wink there to even out game 2.
Yeah, that was a great heads up play from him as he turns on it. Looked like he probably should have been rotating back, but he said, no, I got a clear angle on this one. I'm going to beat the defense to it. He takes the risk and he gets the goal and ties things up.
That is back-to-back games with an insane angle. As I say that, Drizzard picks up his hat trick. 3 goals on 3 shots for Drizzard here. Absolute menace for this Aurora team right now.
Yeah, and just going to show you right there that it's not just Rooney who's making things happen on Aurora. Other these other two guys, Drizzard and Marino, are capable of doing great things, and so Ignite's got to be careful. Some people might think, oh, well, any team that Rooney's on, you just shut Rooney down and it's all good to go. But that's not what's going on with Aurora.
At all. That is not what's going on. Every single player on this Aurora roster is a great player. As you can see, Drizzard here trying to show off some of his car control in the air. Trip here, first to make a touch past 1. Rooney gonna take his time here. Gets a ill-advised touch there, but recovers to get on his own backboard. A nice clear coming out from him. Is Marino trying to get a nice clear out. Day gonna try to go for a double tap, blocked off there by Drizzard. As Tripwire tries to get another angle off the backboard. Rooney able to beat out 1. Rooney with a little bit of space. He's going to knock it off backboard. C-Wink with some nice defense there. A demo coming out. And a nice shot maybe there from Mr. Marino. Going to bounce off the crossbar and the post. A triple commit coming out just to save those 2 shots from Mr. Marino. As C-Wink here. Going to get beat out there by Rooney. C-Wink gonna try to get something started for Ignite on offense here. They so desperately need it. Day gonna try to get a pass in. Tripwire. Last man back gets a nice touch. Rooney's there to touch it. Rooney trying to get something going. I've got to ask you, Psycho, do you think any of these 2 teams have really gotten the better of each other at all? Or do you think it's kind of just, you make a mistake, I take the goal? I make a mistake, you take the goal. What do you think it's been so far?
I think in the beginning it was really more of Aurora. Like in game number one, it was Aurora just taking advantage of Ignite and Ignite just scrambling constantly. But in game number two here, Ignite has really woken up. They've really shown up to the pitch this time. They've kept it within one so far. They have not let Aurora start to run away with it yet. So I mean, I think Ignite could very easily still win this series, but not if they're missing their defensive touches like that. As Drizzard is going to sink Aurora's his fourth goal of this game.
His fourth goal. He is Aurora right now, as we see a little bit of a flash of the Novice League mechanics there from Rooney getting that flip reset. Needed his teammate to still finish it off for him, though, as Drizzard with a nice kickoff for Aurora. Day gonna get dunked out here by Mr. Marino. Mr. Marino gonna get a pass mid. It's there. He tries to take a shot, cut off by Sea Wink. Is Day gonna try to get something going on offense? He has zero boost. He gets the dunk. Day gonna make it 4-3.
Great read from Day there as he gets the pinch out of the mid there and just bangs it all the way down and is able to get up there in time to dunk it off the top of Rooney's car. And with 1 minute and 3 seconds left, Ignite is only down by one now, so they are well in the way of coming back, but the double commit coming out from not looking good for him, Sage.
At all. It is not looking good. They definitely need to sharpen up their gameplay if they want any chance at forcing an overtime or even winning it in regulation. As a nice 50 coming out from Tripwire there, a demo coming out from
Oh,
Sea-Wink. The shot's just wide, barely wide there is a 50 coming out. Sea-Wink gonna go for it. Rooney with a nice pop over one. Rooney's just gonna take the open net there. Maybe the dagger here to put Aurora up 2-0.
I gotta say, I don't like speaking this types of things into existence, but I think that might have been the dagger. This Aurora team has just been doing just a little bit better than Ignite here in game number two. Even though Ignite was able to keep it really close, Aurora was still controlling the pace. They still kept the lead throughout pretty much the entirety of this game.
Absolutely. I do think that if this all we have spoken
Oh,
too early, we have spoken
oh.
far too early is Day gonna bring the margin back to one.
The mistouch from Marino and Day's got that read, boy. Nobody back in net to make the stop. He's got an easy shot. 24 seconds. It is getting close now.
It is definitely getting close. They're gonna need another, maybe a kickoff goal here as a whiff. Oh, that's not a whiff. He actually got a touch on that. A nice touch there coming out from Tripwire. Tripwire with a nice clear. Rooney here forced to make a touch. Day gets a nice touch there. A double commit coming out from Aurora as Day tries to get a touch. It's past two. It's rolling
Ooh.
across the face of net. Sea-Wink just a bit too late getting there. Rooney looks like he's going to try and spike this one. Sea-Wink keeps it up. The ball touches to give Aurora a 2-0 lead in the series.
Unfortunate for Ignite there. They tried so hard and they got really close, but they weren't able to close it out. They did play so much better than they did in game number one, though, actually out shooting Aurora this time.
Absolutely. I think this was a much better game from Ignite. Of course, just those defensive, mistakes come back to bite them here. And Aurora, they scored a lot of goals off of those Ignite mistakes. If I think if they had their captain, the series could be looking a little bit different. It's been game two was a bit closer than game one, but still a good performance from this Ignite team.
Yeah, it might be a little bit different. It might not, because one thing I'd like to point out about Aurora is, in game number one, Rooney popped off,
Oh
went
yeah,
absolutely crazy, 800 plus points. In this game, Drizzard popped
yeah.
off, went crazy, 700 points himself. Rooney getting back up to 500 himself. So, I mean, if they've got at least one of those two guys popping off in each one of these games, even with Ignite having their captain, I think it might have been a really tough one for them.
That is a good take. That's a take I'm not going to disagree with. I do think that is honestly still a possibility. But as we get this game three started, a nice kickoff there for Ignite, cut off there by Drizzard. They trying to take control, demoed there by Rooney, and Rooney, he has a little bit of space. I'm just waiting for it with Rooney. I'm waiting for those mechs to pop off with him. I get excited every single time he touches the ball.
Oh
Is
God.
Sea-Wink gonna get beat out here by Jizzard? Jizzard tries to get another. Rooney with a nice cut off there on Day. A nice touch there by Sea-Wink. Sea-Wink going for a ceiling touch there as Tripwire has to bail him out there after the miss. A touch out from Jizzard. The ball's just floating in the middle of the field. A triple commit coming out from Aurora. Oh my, it still might work for them. Is Drizzard somehow almost gets that read. An infield pass coming here. Day gonna put a shot on
Wow.
target, and that is what Ignite needs.
What a play from Ignite, turning things around here in game number 3. Tripwire finds Day with the pass across the midfield. What a beautiful play, and Ignite taking their first lead of this series.
Ignite, that is indeed their first lead of the series. They needed a quick start, a much needed goal there from them. They look much sharper. They look faster. They look like they're here to play as Day. Shot just gonna barely hit the post, and now Drizzer with a nice 50 there. Will he catch up to it? No, he tries to get it off wall. Rooney's up. A double commit coming out from Aurora could be dangerous. It's Tripwire here, no boost to punish them for it. It's just him. Sea-Wink gonna try to get a touch. A nice little team passing play there. Sea-Wink with a nice dunk. A nice bump coming out from Trip. Jizzard forced to make a cut, make a nice touch. His Day here. Gonna get out 50'd by Rooney. It's gonna bounce off the backboard. Sea-Wink gonna get a nice touch under Drizzard. Sea-Wink gonna try to look for something mid. A nice defensive play there by Marino. It's a flip reset. He's going to get blocked off there by Day. Blocked off once again by Day as a counterattack is starting off here for Ignite. Sea-Wink going to try to get a shot. Narrowly misses that one. Is Day trying to get something back mid there. Tripwire going to try to cut here. A bumping play comes out. It's Rooney trying to carry it over to the whole team. What a defensive play there by Day as the ball falls to Drizzard. Tripwire trying to get something out here. Mr. Marino with a nice touch mid. Psycho, this Ignite team looks revitalized, renewed, refurbished even. They look like a completely new team from that team that we saw in game 1. Do you think any changes they made affected them there?
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing, to be honest with you. Like, wow, this is not even the team from game one and game two. And I'm not sure exactly what changed for them, but they're actually being aggressive with the ball now. They're much stronger on defense. And they're trying, they made the pass play that got them the only goal of this game. And see here now we've got some strong defensive plays from them that's going to turn into a counterattack, but Marino gets back in time. But yeah, whatever they did, Sage, they need to keep it up.
Absolutely, that I agree with. They look like a completely different team. A demo coming out from Sea-Wing. Day trying to get the angle. Day with a nice touch, a nice whole team play there from this Ignite team.
Yeah, and a great demo from Seawink there. And that actually is one thing that I should have pointed out. The aggression has really ramped up for Ignite. We saw Day with the bumps earlier, and now we see Seawink get the demo, which leads to a goal. So, I mean, if they keep up this aggression, it doesn't look like Aurora has figured out a way to counter it yet.
No, not at all. I can agree with that statement. I think whenever this Ignite team starts to play aggressive, that is when they are playing at their best. I've watched 3 of their games in the past 2 weeks, and I can say that whenever they're playing aggressive, that is the best Ignite team. As I say that, though, Mr. Marino trying to get something started. Rooney going for a double tap. Rooney misses barely, but Drizzard is there to put it in for Aurora.
Aurora getting back in this game with a minute 16 left on the clock. Rooney trying to do the most, not able to get it through the defense, but does set his teammate Drizzard up for a beautiful goal there. And now Aurora is in this thing again.
Absolutely, Aurora is in this game once again. It could be another case of a game 2, but more content, the better. As Rooney and Day gonna collide there in midair. Sea-Wink gonna get it past one. Day trying to get a little infield pass going there. It's Mr. Marino going for a shot, and it's just gonna get
Oh,
through everybody. And the score is now 2-2.
that's a really unfortunate miss there for Ignite's defense, as we see Tripwire just not able to get back to it in time, pushed up a little bit too far, not expecting the long clear. But you got to be careful of that here in the Novice League, Sage. I'm sure you're aware, is that's one of the big tactics in Novice is to just clear the ball as hard as you can towards the enemy net. And, shoot, if they're pushed up too far, that's free goal.
I have a better tactic. It's just missing the ball, but not many people play that way. That's just me, maybe. But Mr. Marino there with two nice 50s, gonna get it through two defenders. A nice 50 from Wink there. Gonna fall straight to Drizzard off the backboard. Nobody defending the backboard there as Drizzard's gonna try to get a shot. Mr. Marino there to follow it up. Mr.
Oh.
Marino is going to take the lead for Aurora. What a comeback.
And quite the turn of events for Ignite with only 18 seconds left. That is not a good thing for them. They just threw away a 2-point lead, and they have no time to get this back before they get swept.
It is looking grim for Ignite, but nothing is impossible. As Drizzard, can I get an ill touch there? Day and Marino colliding up in the air. Drizzard gonna try to just get this ball out of his own net. Marino tries to go for a redirect. 1 second left on the clock. It's looking like Aurora is gonna get another goal to finish this off, and they sweep Ignite here.
Yeah, and that is a strong finish there. Marino missing that touch, but able to still turn around and beat the Ignite defense to that, get the 0-second goal, and yeah, just send that, close out that sweep. What a performance from Aurora, to be honest with you. Hats off to Ignite as their season is now ended and they got to go home with the L's. But hey, there's always next season. That was a good run for them. But Aurora just, they pulled it out. They played better today.
I think hearing what you just said, if I was on that Ignite team, I would be so sad. You just
Why?
played you just played a whole 3-month season and then your season's gone in 3 games, just like that.
Well, I mean that's the truth, right?
Hey,
Is it
that's
not the
how it
truth?
is. That is how it is. Life is hard, let alone Rocket League.
True.
But now Aurora does move on to play the #1 seeded Wisps. Unfortunately, the Ignite team, that is it for their season. But that is not it for this stream, as we still have another matchup right after this in the Challenger League. #8 Ascension versus #10 Motion. But before we get to that, I'd like to thank you, Psychonautic, for being in the booth with me. It's always a pleasure.
Oh yeah, no, thank you for allowing me to come up here with you, and thank you for spending your time up here and doing your thing and helping out the Nemesis Gaming League, man. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, absolutely. The night is not over yet, guys. We have a game right after this. Thank you guys for watching. We will be back.
Everybody and their mother say we ain't good for each other, but we ain't good for anyone else. Now I know that we're through, but you're everything that I knew, and I can't live without you, cause I can't live with myself. You're the reason I quit drinking, you're the reason I get drunk. Everybody's thinking I should give you up, but I don't. You want me to forget you, but I won't. Now you left me sitting, skipping stones.